Gentlemen, I will no longer be dating foreigners in Australia. Why is this? Am I some kind of racist Aussie redneck? Not at all. I just know and I've seen too much. Please, hear me out. Foreigners are mostly here to work and earn money and to send that money back home to their families. That makes it especially difficult to have a normal relationship with them. Foreigners from Thailand and the Philippines are exotic. That places them in short supply and very high demand to many Australian men. That gives them a lot of options in the dating market that I don't have in my own country. Foreigners are not Australian citizens. That makes any relationship with one become a lot about obtaining them a partner visa. That places a lot of extra risk and strain on me. A partner visa to Australia, for instance, costs 9,095 Australian dollars. That's about 203,000 Thai baht, or 351,000 Philippines pesos. Not cheap, and that is just the beginning of the cash bleed. Whilst Australian immigration doesn't release the statistics, I'm extremely confident that the vast majority of partner visas are obtained by Australian men bringing over women from the developing world countries. Foreigners are not lining up to buy a house on land for their Australian man, but us Australian men are expected to buy a house on land for them back in their home countries, where we can't own land, of course, while supporting both them and their families. I'm not interested in playing that high-risk game where all my cash flow goes offshore. What about my financial well-being? Foreigners are all about the family, their family, back home. What about my family here in Australia? Where does that leave them? My love for foreigners remains, and I'm more than happy to be friends. I just won't be dating them. You see, that Australian passport and visa that we hold is incredibly valuable to foreigners. We Australians need to remind ourselves of the extreme value of our Australian citizenship. It's greatly sought after by many foreigners. The ability for an Australian to obtain a partner visa for a foreigner is also greatly sought after. I've received many offers from foreigners in Thailand over the years that go along the lines of, take me to Australia and I will pay you X% of everything I earn. Every time I hear such talk, I'm reminded of the power I hold as an Australian citizen. I'm reminded of the extreme amounts of money exotic foreigners in the sex industry can earn from us Aussie men here in Australia. I've watched on closely as several foreigners I know have come to Australia and done extremely well. Things that would be impossible for me to achieve financially in their countries, despite my degree in computer science and a lifetime of skills and nerding out. How great is Australia? Foreigners can come here, own land, own a business 100% in their own name, hook up with high status, wealthy Australian men. Have said men support them and their extended families back home in the village. It's truly amazing. What a country! When can I own land in Thailand or the Philippines? Or own a business 100% outright? Will a Thai or Filipino support me and my family? Will they buy me land, send me money? That, of course, will never happen. The other thing is, once a foreigner becomes an Australian citizen, what do they need me for then? They're surrounded here in Australia by Aussie men who are wealthier than I am and can provide them with a much better life than I could. So why would they stay with me? Aussie men should seriously think about the lengths the other Aussie guy will go to. There's always another Aussie guy as well, many of them just waiting in the wings to pounce. Blame high living standards and the expectations of the Aussie ladies. I'm sure It's a similar situation in your Western countries. I'm out. All the best, gentlemen. I'm the Pretender.